all right. Coming to you live from the home of the Super Bowl champion Philadelphia Eagles. It's the champions of sports talk, the number one rated Paulie and Tony Fusco show.
Yo.
As always, Paulie Fusco here with Tony Fusco and Tony.
Yo.
The party is raging. You can hear it in the streets, the screaming, the gunfire. It's just terrific. The sounds of winning.
Yup.
And you know, you out there watching this now, well, the winning's going to continue for you because you get to hear our full breakdown of every angle of this game with our usual totally 100% objective analysis. All fair.
Yeah, always objective, 100% fair
exactly,
analysis.
because we are journalists, people,
That's
first.
what we
And
do.
that's why we're in here right now doing the show
and not
for
out
you.
there.
We could be out there, trust us, drinking, having tons of free sex.
Extracurriculars.
Exactly. But we are totally focused on delivering the show, aren't we, Tony?
And by the way, if you do notice something going on under my desk, don't worry. I am totally focused and totally locked in. Hold on one sec. Can you move a little to the left? Maybe put your hair back a little. What was I saying again?
Don't worry about it, Tony. It was something football, Super Bowl, something like that.
Yeah.
Anyway, look, so much to get to right now, so let's not waste any more time and get right in to our Super Bowl reaction. Well, Eagles are the champions, Tony, and my phone ever since the game ended in the third quarter, people just texting, my phone's blowing up, Tony, yep, yours too, just, people texting us saying, thank you for telling us to bet on the Eagles all year, I'm now a billionaire, that's what they're saying, and by the way, on the subject of money, Tony, people are thanking us, because earlier this week, we offered to bribe the refs $6.4 million for an Eagles victory, and well, first of all, we want to tell you, no money changed hands, right? We didn't have to spend a single cent, well, except for when the refs called the penalty on the Chiefs in the first quarter. That did set us back $200.
Yeah,
but otherwise,
after that, it was
exactly.
all that.
After that was all Eagles talent you saw. And Tony, I don't want to sound grandiose here, but I gotta say, I don't think I'm getting carried away when I say this was the biggest win in all of sports history, wasn't it, Tony?
Absolutely. No other team has been so globally dominant ever. We opened the season winning in Brazil and taking home the coveted Brazilian national championship, and we ended the season taking home the United States national championship. That's dominating two whole continents. When you think about it, we haven't seen such multi-continent dominance since the dinosaurs. When the Earth was that one big piece of land, what they call it, the Panera. So this win is both historic and prehistoric.
Wow, just incredible historical and archaeological perspective there, Tony. And,
Thank you.
It's just as epic a loss from that no-talent hack, Patrick Mahomes. Just terrible for him. And Tony, you did power rankings, didn't you? That showed just how bad it was for Mahomes tonight. Tell the people.
Yeah, when you break it down, Patrick Mahomes was really the sixth best quarterback in the game. Number one, Jalen Hurts, who was perfect in every way. Number two, Kenny Pickett made no mistakes. Number three, Carson Wentz. The Chiefs really should have started him instead. Number four, Tom Brady wore a really nice watch, very big and yellow.
Classy.
Number five, Peyton Manning was very funny and very relatable in those commercials. And number six, Patrick Mahomes. And by the way, now that Aaron Rodgers is a free agent, you gotta wonder if they cut Mahomes and go to Aaron Rodgers instead in Kansas City.
You just gotta wonder, Tony. Just Super Bowl level analysis from you there. And
thank you.
You know who looks worse than Mahomes tonight? Nick Saban. Because back in college at Bama, he went with Tua over Jalen. Now look, Jalen just won the Super Bowl. Meanwhile, our sources tell us that Tua went to go watch the game tonight and confused his TV for his microwave and wound up burning his entire house down. Just such a sad turn of events, isn't it, Tony?
So sad.
And the Chiefs weren't the only ones off their game tonight, Tony.
No.
Yeah, the refs were really off their game. I mean,
crazy.
I don't want to complain here, but usually they would have called back at least 3 or 4 of those Eagles touchdowns. I mean, Tony, what do you think happened there?
The refs must have had Super Bowl jitters. They totally abandoned their game plan early. I mean, I'm not complaining, but their production was very low compared to the rest of the season. They lacked their usual speed in coming up with fraudulent pass interference calls and random illegal formation penalties that make no sense. Usually watching the NFL is like watching a Mike Tyson-Jake Paul fight. But tonight, it was just unusually fair and balanced, and you have to be concerned about that if you're Roger Goodell.
The entire league office has to be concerned right now, Tony.
Absolutely.
And on that note, in the Commanders-Eagles game a couple weeks back, we learned that refs can actually give out points whenever they want. Remember
That's
that?
right.
Well, our sources tell us that tonight, late in the third quarter, Roger Goodell furiously ordered the refs to give the Chiefs 2 touchdowns, but there was significant pushback from the refs who said that would just be too obvious. So then, our sources tell us that Roger Goodell actually tried to pass emergency legislation that would have changed the number of points awarded for a touchdown from 7 to 31, Tony. Yeah, but unfortunately for him, when he tried to call the NFL Competition Committee office, they had all fallen asleep watching the game, so nobody was there to answer the phone. Just went unanswered.
For us, just so lucky.
Yeah, well, and talk about lucky for us. We have the best coach in the game, right? Nick Sirianni, just perfect coaching and head shaving, right? He so expertly shaved his head after the bye week and then went basically undefeated since then. Well, what did we hear after the game? This is having a huge ripple effect across the league, isn't it, Tony?
My sources tell me that right after the game, Andy Reid ran into the locker room and immediately started shaving his head, his chest, and both his balls, and ordered his team to shave all their body and pubic hair too. My sources also tell me that there's so much downed pubic hair in the locker room showers that the pipes are absolutely backed up and some are even bursting. Police on the scene are calling it the worst plumbing disaster in New Orleans since Katrina. We send our prayers to those affected once again.
Absolutely. Our prayers are with everybody affected. And, on a sad note, too, that's sad because, I thought Travis Kelce's hair looked especially full and lustrous tonight. Like he'd been using, conditioner, maybe getting some pointers from Taylor Swift's stylist or something,
He kind of looked like a young John Travolta, especially when he wore that brown leisure suit into the stadium. But, of course, now that hair is down the drain along with their Super Bowl hopes. So I guess while I'm happy about the Chiefs losing, I'm sad about all that lustrous hair just senselessly gone.
Maybe maybe one bad thing happened tonight. But, there was one bright spot for the Chiefs, wasn't there, Tony?
Yeah, I heard Taylor Swift is already writing more very depressing music. In fact, my sources tell me she actually stopped watching the game in the third quarter and locked herself in a broom closet and started writing lyrics. So while the Chiefs are no longer favored to win a Super Bowl in the next 20 years, they are early favorites to take home the Grammy for Album of the Year's co-producers on the next Taylor Swift album. So good for them.
Okay, so maybe there's some hope for the Chiefs organization after all. They could take home a title. There you go. All right. One order of business we do need to talk about, Tony. A little awkward here. Before the game, we did invite Nick Foles to come on our next show.
That's right,
but now he's no longer the only Super Bowl winning quarterback in Eagles history. Now,
that's true.
As you all know, we've been inviting Nick Foles on the show for quite a while now, and he's not shown up for about 432 consecutive weeks.
Which is understandable. He's a legend. So
he's a legend, and
so give that.
So maybe what we got to do, just to appease both sides here, Tony, is we invite Foles and Jalen on together.
Right,
so there you go, Jalen. We know you're listening, so you're welcome on the show next week. And that just about wraps. Just a terrific show here, Tony. And Hold on just a moment.
Wait a minute.
Do you not hear when I don't hear Tony?
Yeah, usually when you say that, we hear the worst voice in the whole world. But we don't hear it right now.
Is he back there? Hey, Producer Jay, you back there?
What are you doing? Where is he?
I don't think he showed up, Tony.
I don't think so either. You know, he's probably in his feelings right now.
He's probably crying. He's probably
he's probably crying right now.
Now, how the hell are we even on the air? What's going on back there?
I don't know. Maybe he set it up so we sit down and then it went on.
This is very confusing, people.
Yeah, but it's better.
It's better.
Way
you know,
better.
honestly, this is the second biggest win this night.
This is the second biggest win of the night.
This might be the greatest night in the history of the show, Tony.
Of my life. Exactly,
I think so.
bro.
Well, anyway, let's wrap it on that great note. Hey, congratulations to all of us, especially to me and you, Tony, for supporting this team and all the bets we played. We placed so many bets on Fusco bet this year and the Eagles, and we told you to do it too, and now you're all billionaires because of it. All right. Well, hey, don't forget, rate and review this show on Apple Podcasts. 5 stars. Go buy some merch in the merch store. You know, we may throw some new unlicensed Eagles merch, Super Bowl merch store in there. And hey, Tony, great job as always.
Same to you, Paulie. Another flawless season.
There you go. Totally flawless. World champions. All right. We'll see you, people. That's all.
See ya.